Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
What's happening, everybody? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Account for Life podcast. Jay Moore here, the healthy accountant. To account for your life. And so today, continuing the Account for Your Life series, which is how to account for your life today in 2023. And I'm going to share with you how I learned and how I figured out this is the method that I should use in actually going towards becoming a person who can account for their life. And it didn't come like at the beginning. It came through a process. I'm going to share the process with you. And I'm also going to share with you just kind of how, the 4 things that you can do in order to implement this. I would say it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. And the reason why I can say that is that it's easy because back in the day when Jim Rohn was around, and Jim Rohn is he's quoted. I mean, this guy has some of the most famous quotes in personal development. And one of the ones that just really resonate with me was, when you do the things that are easy, your life will be hard. But when you do the things that are hard, your life will be easy. So what I'm going to share with you is an easy way, right? It's easy because we're talking about the easy that we get. We're not talking about the easy that's easy just because I can just do it right now. No, I'm not talking about that kind of easy. I'm talking about the easy that you wind up living a life of easy when you do this. So it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy. But you got to choose. Is it going to be easy on the front end, or is it going to be easy on the back end? So how should one account for life? All right. So before we get into this, I've already done what is account for your life. If you haven't caught that was on Sunday. You should catch that. And then on Monday, we talked about why is account for your life important. And so you want to check both of those out. And I was led to do this series. I feel like I come on here and I share a lot of stuff, but I don't know if the foundation has been set. Like, I know I may have done something close to this when I first started, but you know what? The Account for Life podcast literally started March of 2020. We're in 2023. So that means things have changed, which means that I'm not going to say it the same way I said it in 2020. So that's why I'm doing it again. So today, how to account for your life. So let's jump all the way back. We got to go back because, guys, I can't tell you that this happened in a vacuum, because it didn't. It happened over a course of time. And I remember it was, man, what year was that? 2015. In 2015, so I started in 2014. 2014, I was with a network marketing company, and the network marketing company released some health and wellness products. It's interesting. It was a service-based network marketing company. We did services for homes and stuff like that. And then they moved into these products, which was kind of weird because they used to talk against, they talked bad against companies that had products. And then all of a sudden we went and joined them and got products. So that was a little interesting because there was a lot of the leaders that literally talked about why our business was better and we shouldn't, people with the products, And then we got products in the genre that they was talking about. I thought that was weird, but we got some products, and the products was actually pretty decent. And I remember I took a 55-day challenge. And I took a 55-day challenge. I remember before I took the 55-day challenge, I put a picture on Facebook. It's somewhere in my Facebook page where I had my shirt off. I did 2 pictures like that. I had my shirt off. The first, the before looking crazy, and then the after. Yeah, I looked pretty good. So we did that, and I kind of started going on this health journey. Things was going good. That was 2014, and then I went from, say, May of 2014 and went hard all the way to January of 2015. I'm talking, man, transformation happened. February of 2015, it was cold. It was cold outside. I didn't go running. I stopped going running. I wasn't going to the gym. February, March, April, I took 3 months off. And here's what happened. I didn't gain that much weight. I gained some back. But here's the thing. My body did a reset. So when I had to start back May, June of 2015, it was almost like I hurt myself. I'm still paying for it. I still pay for it. That was 2015. It's 2023. I'm still paying for that mistake of stopping. All right. Here's the point. When you start something good, this is the first point I'm making. When you start something good, the first thing you want to say to yourself, hey, is this worth doing for the rest of my life? Is this worth doing for the rest of my life? If you say no, you shouldn't start. Or you should know that, you know what I'm saying? But if it's really good, you should say, is this worth doing for the rest of my life? Or is this worth giving my life for? Number one. And I didn't do that. Now I'm gonna come back to it. But that was then. So then I fast forward. I joined another network marketing company later that year because there was a lot of turmoil in the other company. It was a health company. It was great, doing my thing. Then I started doing videos. And so that's when I made this declaration. I said, you know what? If I'm going to be healthy, I want to choose today that I'm going to be healthy for the rest of my life. This is what I did, guys. I decided so now you're talking 2015. Just say I made that declaration in September. September of 2015, I decided that I was going to be healthy as best I could for the rest of my life. I would do whatever it took. 2015, September. So I declared that. And as I declared it, I just said, okay, what does it look like? Then you just show up every day, right? Guys, once you declare it, you show up every single day, doing the thing that you said you would do. So if you're going to account for your life, the first thing you want to do is declare. You want to declare what it is that you said you will do. This is how you start your account for your life journey. Declare it. Say, this is where I'm going. And I also said all the characteristics that I would have in my life. Now, here's the thing. I'm still working on a lot of those because character it's harder to build. So let's keep it moving because I don't want to take too long. I got to get to where I want to go here. So, all right. So fast forward, I start doing videos just about health. I'm doing videos. I don't even do those anymore. I need to start again. See, I need to start doing those videos again. I didn't declare it. Now I declared this, but I didn't declare that. You see how it works? You could be doing something good, and then you could stop doing it and not realize it. Man, I shouldn't have stopped doing it. So I got to declare again that I'm going to do health. I'm going to do my health videos. My health videos are going to be anywhere from working out to how I'm eating, to maybe how my body's doing, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna start doing those again. So you start doing something. And what happens is while you're doing something, you start learning something. Write this down. You start getting educated. Because I start saying to myself, okay, well, I'm lifting weights. Well, how should I do that? Education. I need to learn this thing. I need to learn more about food. I need to learn more about this. I start reading books. I start watching podcasts. I start watching videos. I'm educating myself on the areas that I'd like to grow in. I want to learn how to do more public speaking. I take a class. I want to learn how to do a podcast. I start watching podcasts. I want to learn how to tell more stories. Right? I'm watching podcasts. I'm watching this person. I'm watching these. I'm reading books, and I'm learning how to tell the stories. I'm just educating myself on what it is that I know I want to do. Education. See, this is self-education. And see, many years ago, I know when I was young, I can remember hearing my dad saying that self, what do you call it? I don't know, self-educate. It wasn't self-education. It was almost like, you shouldn't do personal development. If it's not in the Bible, you shouldn't do it. What? Well, the Bible is a personal development course in and of itself, right? Yes, the Bible is a personal development course in and of itself. And so, but I need to develop myself in many ways. And because I develop myself in many ways, I have to educate myself. So education is at the forefront. Now, you don't stop with education. No, so number one is the declaration. Number two is education. You got to educate yourself. Number three, it's going to be 5. Number 3 is going to be, well, how do I then apply all the education I'm getting? So what is application? Application is what we do so that we know that we're actually using the right thing, wisdom. So wisdom is the application of truth. So then this is a challenging part. Now, because we're talking about how to account for your life and how you can do it. This is how you can do it. Declare, educate yourself on the part of life that you're working on. Then you're going to start applying the things that you're learning to your life. I remember there's a guy named Ray Higdon. Ray Higdon is a very successful network marketing educator and coach. But he was still doing network marketing when I met him, and just met him online. I haven't met him in person. But when I started following his stuff, and one of the things that he taught me in some of his teachings was how to apply the things that you're learning. And he had this method. It was called invest, learn, teach. I said, invest, learn, teach, meaning you invest in the education, you learn what it is that you're saying, and then you go teach it. I was like, wow, that's different. Because when you teach somebody something, even as you're learning it, you learn it faster. Oh my goodness, that has helped me in coaching so much, because I did not wait to know everything about how to coach somebody. I said, you know what? I'm doing something. Let me go see if I can coach somebody to do the thing that I'm doing now. That's how I initially started coaching. I was like, yo, this works, because a few people I was coaching, they was getting some results. They was moving from one place to the next. They was actually up-leveling their life. I was like, wow. But here's the thing. It's the application that matters. So when you apply the things that you're learning, then you have to know, well, where are my results? Because application will start showing you results. So first thing is declare. You want to declare the thing that you want to do. Then you're going to educate yourself on the things that you're going to be doing. You want to then apply it by learning it, and then go teach somebody else to see if you really know how to do it, right? Because you could do something for yourself, but can you teach somebody else? Is the other thing. Then number 4 are the systems that you create as a result of doing these things. So I'm giving you a system right now. I'm giving you a system of how I account for my life and how I've used it over the course of the last several years. And so here the systems show up. What's a system? A system is, A system, a set of things working together as parts of a mechanism, blah, blah, blah. A set of principles or procedures to which something is done, an organized framework or method. I'm giving you a nice framework right now. That's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you a system. So this is a framework. Now, here's the thing. There's different levels. There's different levels of systems and frameworks. I can tell you what the system is, but I'm not helping you to do it. Meaning, like I can just sit here on the podcast and I can tell you what this system is. It's declare, it's educate yourself, it's apply it, it's develop a system around the thing that you're doing. Here's one of the systems that I use when it comes to doing a podcast. And this is something that I learned so many years ago. A guy named Frank Kern. I'm telling you all my secrets now. A guy named Frank Kern. He's a marketer. And I learned something from Frank Kern that's amazing. He taught me in one of his coaching programs how to basically take a thought from here to there. Something just so basic. He just used a line. Literally, it was a line. He says, okay, this is where you are. This is where you want to go. And then he says, and then you just put, some steps in between that will get you to that next place. And literally, this is what I did when I first started doing the podcast. I would say, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going to go. This is what the topic is. We can talk about this. We're going to talk about this, and then we'll get here and we'll end. So I started doing that. I installed that system into my mind and body. I don't have to write it anymore. All I need is the topic, and then my mind and body do the rest. I just show up and it comes out of my mouth. Now, you're like, Jay, well, how do you do that? I'm telling you how. This is what you start. There's a starting point and an ending point. We are here. It's kind of like you don't know how to account for your life. Now you know how to account for your life, right? So this is the starting and ending point. Then I'm going to go through declare. Then I'm going to go through educate. Then I'm going to go through apply. Then I'm going to go through systems. I'm telling it to you right now. Then the last thing. This one's not going to start with number one, but here's the last thing. It's all about one thing. See, in the Bible, when Jesus was being questioned, they were questioning Jesus about who he is and this, that, and the third, and they coming up to him. All right, man. So what are the most important commandments? He knew they was trying to be funny. He was like, all right, well, I'll tell you what they are. He says, there's only two. Oh, now this messed him up. There's only two. There's only two. Love God with all your heart and with all your mind. Number one. Then he says, and the second one is love your neighbor as yourself. I already know that blew them people up. They was like, what? He says, this is what you must do. All right. Number 5 is you, right? If you're going to account for your life, you've got to spend more time working on you than you do working on anything else. What? What are you talking about, Jay? What about my business? Well, your business will suffer if you are not doing well, because you won't be able to love your neighbor. You won't be able to love your friends. You won't be able to love your family. You won't be able to do anything that you're supposed to do the way that God's saying to do it if you don't have a good understanding of you. You're the most important. So that means, I'll use one of these words that people like use. You got to have your mental health have to be great. Now, here's the thing. When you're in the kingdom, like I'm in the kingdom, that's not even something that resonates in the kingdom. There's no therapy. The therapy that I got therapy. I got therapy directly from the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit changed my life, changed my mind. It says in Romans, what is that? Chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. It says, It says that you must give up your life, like offer your body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable. Then it also says, do not conform to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will see, then you will be able to test God's will for your life. You will not be able to test God's will for your life if you have not transformed. You will not be able to give up your life and offer your life as a sacrifice if you don't understand how important you are to God. You're important to God. Why is Account for Life important? We just did that yesterday. It was about you. And right here at the end of How to Account for Your Life, it's about you. And if you didn't catch what I just shared with you, declare easy. It's the declare easy way. That's what that was. Educate, apply, systems, and you. This is how you will account for your life if you choose that you are the one and that you are the person who God called for such a time as this to do what it is that you've been created to do so that you can live the life that God ultimately said you should live. So guys, I thank you for joining me for this episode of the Account for Life podcast. I'm Jay Moore, the Healthy Accountant. I have so much fun doing these podcasts. You just don't know. So if you got value from this program today, please, would you comment? Would you share it? Would you subscribe to my YouTube channel? Would you be an ambassador for what Account for Your Life is? And I'd love to listen. I love to do something special for you, right? Because if you're a champion, if you're going to champion with us, I'd love to do something special for you. And so I'm definitely thinking about how I can do something special for you. Maybe I can send you a t-shirt or something that says Account for Your Life. And yes, I'm going to create a t-shirt for Account for Your Life. And maybe for my champions, I'll get those t-shirts out to you guys free of charge. Absolutely. I'll do that because, guys, God has done something in you. God has done something in me, and God is doing something in us. God bless you. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
For joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time.